Welcome back to another episode of Another Act. I'm your host, Kelley Carter. Joining me today is a man that is probably dominating all of your group chats, showrunner, creator, and now actor, Kenya Barris. You know him from his work with Blackish, Mixedish, and Grownish, and now he has a new series on Netflix, Black AF. Kenya Barris, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I'm good, Kelley. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how are you and the family doing in all of the pandemic lockdown?
I think it's, we're making the best of it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's, some days are better than others. You know what I'm saying? I think you find out some things about yourself. I get to spend time with my family. It's a lot of uncertainty. As far as the writing goes, it's a little bit hard sometimes to focus on the writing when you feel a little bit uncertain of like where we're going to be from day to day. But, making the best of it.
We have really great new content coming. And of course, one of those pieces that we all are watching right now is Black AF. How am I supposed to say that, Kenya?
As however you choose, whatever makes you comfortable.
Okay.
I think we know what it means. I think we're
For the PG rated version, we're going to call it Black AF, which of course is Kenya Barris's new show where he plays a version of himself, and Rashida Jones plays his wife. This series is phenomenal. I've seen every episode. Man. I love it. What made you say this is something I want to go out there and do right now?
It sort of just kind of hit us a little bit that there kind of was already a show about my family with an actor playing me. And I also wanted to do something that felt really, really personal. And I'm a huge fan of Curb. And I happened to be able to have a conversation with one of my heroes in Larry David. I was a huge fan of Seinfeld. The idea of just making this a personal story about my family and not having an actor have to say some of the things that I wanted to say and not putting that on them and actually have it come from me. I felt like I wanted to, take a swing. And I always tell my kids, like, find out what you're afraid of and try it. Doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. This is the thing I'm most afraid of. And so I tried it. We'll see what happens.
Where did you guys start when you put together this show?
It started really with Rashida. She was the only person I ever wanted to do this with. There was no casting for it. Like, she's my partner. Yeah. I called her. We had a conversation. She had been on Blackish. We've been friendly and, seeing each other around. I always have been just a super fan of her. People have not seen Rashida like this, but this is closer to who Rashida is, in my opinion. I'm saying
this is different than Blackish. I mean, Blackish certainly felt like, a version of your real life, but this feels, and I know a lot of it is fabricated and kind of thrown into comedic value, but this feels a little bit more true to who Kenya and the Kenya Barris, kind of family is. Am I right about that? And if so, tell me a little bit about that.
I think definitely for the kids in particular, you know what I'm saying? I think, Blackish, Tracy is an anesthesiologist and she's, it's cliche, she's named after, my kid's mom. I feel like, but this was definitely the kids who really, it's told from my second oldest daughter's point of view. And I really felt like I wanted to tell a story like what it's like to be a kid in a family and look at like this family going through change.
What was it like getting dynamic Black show creators in one episode together? We hadn't seen that before.
What do you think about my show, Blackish?
It's fine.
Blackish seems to tap into the hearts and minds of 55-year-old white women.
Because there was no ride-along, too.
Whoa, is that what we're doing now?
Dude, you literally say no to nothing.
I probably would have said no to night school.
Oh, I'm sorry. Night school made $100 million, so you'd have been saying no to that, sir.
I think that's why that conversation, even in an episode, is important, because we will show up for each other, publicly. I think that privately we're having conversations that we haven't been able to have in the past, and we're having them in a way that I think is going to push the conversation forward. But it was amazing having Tyler, be a part of it, and Ava and Issa and Tim and Will and everyone else who came and did their part. I really feel like it meant a lot to me. And Lena in particular, because she actually came and did a role in the show. It meant a lot.
It was a lot of money in one scene, I'll tell you that much. But guys like yourself, give us a distraction, a much needed welcome distraction by, kind of delivering comedic content for us to escape, which I'm sure.
I hope so. I hope people actually watch the show, and I hope it gives people some enjoyment. I hope it gives people conversation. I think, I would like to start a conversation. I want people to enjoy it and take it for what it is and know that this is another, a different version of us as a family. And hopefully we keep making more of these shows and having different lanes for us and as many different iterations and representations of who we are, because we're not monolithic and we can have as many different versions of us as possible.
Absolutely. Now, I should have asked this because you gave us the ish universe with Blackish, Grownish, Mixedish, and now we have Black AF. Are we going to get like Grown AF, Mixed AF? Is that a whole new universe?
It's so funny. I mean, in some crazy way, I would, the whole AF part of it, to be honest with you, it comes from like, on social media and we see that hashtag, whatever. But I do feel like right now it's about living the purest version of who you are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the AF version. And I think that's what people are really actually responding to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you are, be the purest version. And we haven't been able to, especially within niche cultures, be that. You know what I'm saying? But we're really seeing people be there. Lizzo's a great example to me. I'm a huge Lizzo fan, and she's the purest version of herself. Yep. And I think that if she was any different than exactly who she is right now, it would not work. And I think that we're in a place where we're celebrating being the purest version of yourself. And that's what this is about. So who knows? Maybe.
Okay. I like this. All of that. Kenya Barris, thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for cranking out all this great content that we are taking in. And I will see all of you guys on the next episode of Another Act.